This software is called Arena, and it's by a company called Resolume. It's used primarily for VJs, and the way that we're going to be working with it is to learn how to kind of trigger video clips and stuff that we can generate, but also to work within the program to generate its own imagery, either simple lines or circles, but things that can be reactive to sound. And in particular, the focus that we're going to be working on is how to create more immersive environments. So we're not looking to just project imagery on a wall. What we're going to be focusing on is things like kind of a little bit of what you're seeing right now, which is volumetric projections, where you use smoke and light to create kind of three-dimensional imagery using just light and smoke. Anything from simple circles or squares to kind of more complex shapes that we can create. And Resolume is a great program. It's very simple to use, but we'll be using it in a little bit of a non-traditional way, in the way that we're going to be connecting it to Reactor and how we're not using it to project distinct imagery. And MIDI data. And so what we'll be doing is creating instruments in Reactor that can send MIDI data to Resolume to generate kind of, the imagery is generated in Resolume, but we'll be able to control the movement and kind of, the amount of certain effects. And, it can also take sound input as well. So the focus is not going to be on, the focus is more on very simple generative stuff that we can create within Resolume. The sound program that we're going to be focusing on is called Reactor, and it's similar to Max MSP in that it's a visual programming language. So you kind of use, it's an object-based programming language. So you create your own instruments using all of these numbers, some mathematics, oscillators. And basically you can create any instrument that you want. And like, for instance, this is an instrument that I have. It's actually specifically designed for touchscreens, or I designed it for touchscreens. I prefer to use it that way, where you can kind of scrub through samples and do kind of granular sampling techniques. It's really nice because you can create extremely rich, dense harmonies and textures and when I perform, I usually have kind of many instances of Reactor running. Some things can be more, this is a synthesizer that I built, so not using samples, you can create pretty complex sounds. And right now we're working on 2 speakers, but you can create these instruments that are like radically panning sound around. I think the most I've ever done was about 28 speakers for one performance, and you can do all of this just using Reactor.